The toughest species in the entire world is an all-female species. Welcome back to our Women Gone Feral series, where we look at women in the wild to get ideas and inspiration about our authenticity as human women. These are Bdelloids and they're like majorly tough. And there has never been a man. They are a 100% female species and have been for 25 million years. And I know what you're thinking, oh, but Lydia, all female species are not quite as genetically strong. Women invented men to make women stronger. Also, if you haven't seen part 6, you should go back and see that because you might be very confused right now. Essentially, all species started out as women that cloned themselves, and then some species invented men for DEI purposes. Now, normally, when you clone yourself as an all-female species, then your genetics aren't quite as strong. So how has the Bdelloid been the toughest around for 25 million years? Well, as women often do, they got resourceful and just started repairing their own DNA or adding to it to make themselves stronger. So get this, they live in water, and when the water dries up, then all of their DNA shatters, as it does when it's dehydrated. And they can just hang out there for 100 years until there's more water. And then when there is, they just put their DNA back together. In fact, the stuff they eat in their new puddle, if the stuff they're eating has stronger DNA or some superpower that they want, they literally just put it into their own DNA. Now you might think that tardigrades are like the toughest around. And although they're very tough, they can take radiation and literally living in space. Bdelloids are even tougher. They can do everything that tardigrades do, except more. Salamander species that are all females do this too. They take the little swimmer male contribution from other species, and they don't use it to have babies, they're still cloning themselves. But they just use it to power up their own eggs so their clones are even cooler. And even with a side-by-side comparison of women who fancy clone themselves versus have babies with dudes, the all-lady way is the way to go. So remember the whiptail lizard that are all female? There are other whiptail species that have babies in the male-female way. And when you put dudes into the mix, there's a lot more aggression, it's not as stable, the species just isn't doing as well. The all-female way, they're more peaceful and cooperative. So if you had any concerns about being an all-female species that clones themselves, know that you can just power up clones and do way better than dudes existing.